Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to 2 Point Hospital. We are still working our way through the DLCs. This has been a long process, but we are back in Pebberley Reef for the 2 and 3 star objectives. Now last time I told you I was going to do a little bit of redevelopment and stuff and shift things around. We've added another GP's office in this new wing of the hospital that we've opened up. We've also got our Indentification room over here, as well as our training and a new staff room. Our ward is here with some nice fresh new toilets on this end. And we added our clown clinic and our pest control, like I said I was going to do. We've also got our usual stuff, deluxe clinic and all of that sort of stuff as well. Things are going pretty well. We're making a fair amount of money. We need to hire 12 janitors and have a cure rate of 80%. Our hospital attractiveness is already pretty good. We do need to upgrade some machines though. So let's kick things off. We are almost at the end of this year, so we are going to work on upgrading some of these machines, our ultrasonic cannon and our dehumidifier. That'll bring us up to 6 machines upgraded, which is a pretty good start. Our deluxe is already maxed out, and most of these ones are maxed out as well. Oh no, our easy scan isn't. And this heart rate, so these are secondary ones that we've put in place. So yeah, we're looking pretty good for these ones. We'll get these upgraded. That'll be what we got, upgrading to 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3. That is 2, 4, 6, 8 upgrades of the 15 that are required. And I think it might now be time, we could actually research the face stamp. That might be a good idea. So let's put a research department in, just a small one for now, and then we can get started on that. We'll also use this to counterbalance any issues that we have with our finances. I very much doubt we'll have any. We've got a couple of staff who are unsatisfied with their pay, but that's due to the fact that we are paying them pretty low at the moment. We're at the end of our year review. Let's have a look, see what we've done. I can't imagine we've done anything particularly well, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah, just the usual, 444, 4 years in a row on those ones, and most prestigious hospital every single year since we opened, which is really good. Now, we need a research-trained doctor, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in... Now, actually, let's have a quick look at our staff, because I think I may have started training a DNA. Edward Poodle here, he is training up as a DNA tech, so that's something we're going to keep an eye on. We will then need to hire a brand new doctor. I didn't really want anyone with any particular qualifications because I wanted to train someone specifically in research, so we'll just have to leave that off for now. We do need a new janitor, but of course we don't have enough. We can only hire unqualified janitors for this hospital, if you remember last week, so I'm just going to hire as many as I can there. That brings us up to 11 of 12, so that's okay, and we'll then train all of them in... I don't know, we'll train them in something. What have we got available for our janitors? I guess mechanics would be a good one, but maintenance is probably what I'm going to look to get as quickly as possible. We'll bring in this junior janitor to train them up, and then we'll have all of our interns very quickly train in maintenance, and then they'll be able to repair the machines when this next earthquake hits. So they're off to train, and if I can maybe get another janitor in very quickly, I could potentially... No, I'm not going to be able to add them to the training pool. We'll bring in a general... oh god, what's going on here? Got some tornadoes of some description happening. Our cure rate is at 80%, which is really good, and it's just going to be a case of upgrading those machines. This could be a fairly smooth transition into the 3-star objectives. So, that wave comes very close to the hospital. Better watch out for that one. Upgrading the machines is going pretty well, and research, we can, if I have a quick look, yeah, we can upgrade our indentification room. So let's start that project, and as soon as we get a janitor, a doctor who we can train in research, that should be a very good possibility for us, and we can actually get that research done and then upgrade the indentification machine as quickly as we can. So we're looking pretty nice at the moment. I'm quite pleased. It's certainly been a lot less chaotic than it usually is. We're going to get these upgrades put in place again. I think, oh yeah, there's the other one, the easy scan. So we are on 3 of 15. Our cure rate is pretty good. If we can actually rush this and maintain a very good cure rate, I think we'll be sorted with this 2-star objective very, very quickly. And because we've done a fair bit of advanced planning moving forward, we're training everything, we're taking our time, we're going really slow with things. We just need to get you know, keep an eye on things and make sure that everything's ticking over nicely. We don't want any of those job applicants that have qualifications already, really. I would prefer to just train up my staff. It's a method that's worked for me. It might not work for you, but I prefer being able to really tailor my staff. Oh, did we upgrade the Jab Master? We didn't. That's another upgrade we can put in. And we're pretty low on queues, on queues at the moment, and that's mainly because our prices are so high. Well, we have to make a few bucks to make this hospital a success, especially with the huge repair bill. We've trained all of those janitors now, which is really good. We've hired all of the janitors that are required for the next kind of step. So we'll have this intern janitor train in ghost capture, you know, just in case. And we'll have Fliss Fingers do the training. Then after that, we can train some more janitors in DNA labs. We're going to avoid them like the plague. We really need the doctor that's training up in DNA at the moment to get his next level so we can actually continue to train him. Let's have a quick pay review of all of our staff. We'll satisfy all of the requests just to keep everybody happy. And that should be very, very helpful for us. I think, obviously, you know, all of these things are in line with how DLCs tend to work in 2 Point Hospital. They like to start you off easy. The first one's always a bit of an easy win for you, and then as soon as you get into the next hospitals, everything kind of falls apart and gets a little bit chaotic. I'm hoping that is not the case, and I'm hoping I'm starting to develop a system. Like I said, I go through phases where I'll play this game a lot and then I'll not play it for a while and then I'll come back to it. And it's like I've never played the DLC, so it's quite exciting to come in and see what they've got. And obviously the general kind of, okay, that's a fracture ward. Let's get that in. Let's very quickly put down a fracture ward. I do have a blueprint for one. So what I really like about it is you come in, you discover a DLC, and if you've never played it before, which is often the case with me, it's really fun to just come in and discover a brand new side of the game that you may never have played before. So I really like that. I like that I've saved all of this DLC for quite a long time, and it gives me a great deal of pleasure to come back into a game that I have a lot of time for and a lot of respect and love for, because it really invokes that nostalgia in me of being a young lad playing Theme Hospital, I think on the PlayStation. And it was it was a lot of fun, and it was kind of it was one of the first games that I really put in the time to complete. And I remember the last level of Theme Hospital being insanely difficult. Now obviously 2 Point Hospital borrows a lot from it, and it's a lot of fun. So it's really nice to be coming back and just rediscovering things over and over again, like I've already said. So let's just double check on Josiah Cucumber and make sure that he has a job assigned to the fracture ward. Yes, they do. A lot of these nurses are going to need reassignment at some point, so we will have to look into that. Maybe I'll do that once we get this next objective complete. A lot of our machine upgrades have kind of taken a little bit of a stall, and I assume that's because staff are taking breaks and stuff. So let's just have a quick look at what janitors we've got who are ready for training. Now we have one here. It's a bit of a shame though, because I would like more janitors to be ready for upgrades, so we'll leave that. Although maybe let's just train that one janitor who's ready. So we'll make Fliss Fingers a bit of a jack of all trades, master of none. So we'll train Fliss in mechanics so that we can have another mechanic trained janitor. I will bring in a guest trainer so that all of our current janitors can continue working on those upgrades, and then hopefully we'll be in a much better position moving forward. Now you can see we still don't have any queues built up at our GP's offices, which is really good. That's where everything can throttle very easily, and you can get yourself in this negative feedback loop where everything's really not going to plan. This is where most of my levels fail, and I have to do like a mass evacuation of all of my patients. I'd really like to avoid that because it's not how I really like to play the game. I would like to be able to cope with all of the queues and stuff, but really, sometimes it's necessary to do that. So that was a janitor ready for promotion. Let's just have a quick check on our janitors. We've got actually a lot who are ready for promotion, so I will do that, and I'll just keep their pay as low as possible. DNA emergency we're going to reject. We'll just keep on our staff, get back to our janitors. Now there's 2 here who are ready for promotion, and they can now go and train in mechanics level 2, which is really good. Now, these two we can train in maintenance level 3, and I've got another 2 here who can train in mechanics level 2. So we can get a load in there training as the second tier of mechanics, which is really going to help us with our new upgrades that we need to do to complete this objective, and that should give us a really nice boost moving forward. Now, I've got quite a few GPs here who are also ready for training in general practice level 3, so we will promote those lot as well. And then our next set of training will be for those GPs. Now, that will cause a little bit of a queue, I think, but I think we'll be all right. I'm ready to cope with that. I don't necessarily want to train them separately. I would rather just do a nice bulk training period where we get them all ground out nice and quickly. Again, another surgery is being requested. I'm going to deny that. So it looks like the next round of cures is going to be focused on surgery based and, of course, DNA based curing. We can't really do anything about the DNA lab right now, and I absolutely point blank refuse to until I've at least got Edward Poodle trained up a little bit more in his genetics. So yeah, everything looking pretty nice. We do have a training course just coming to an end there. So what we'll do is we'll pile in our janitors and get them all trained in mechanics level 2 with a guest trainer coming in. Great. Okay, so we are on 6 of 15 machines upgraded. Our ultrasonic cannon is maxed out now, and I think our heart racer needs one more upgrade. The easy scan is done. That easy scan is done. The deluxe is done. Heart racer's done. Pharmacy was obviously done. We've got the injection jab master ready to go. This is almost done. Yeah, almost done. All right, so that should take us up to around about level 8. I still need a new doctor who we can have done in research. Well, we can bring Timmy Fiddle in. Not great, but I will just have him working as a researcher. He's automatically gone in there. That's really good. So we'll train Timmy and we'll have him just be a researcher. We have training slots so we can take him up to level 3, but I'll leave it as it is for now. And because we've got quite a bit of spare cash. Now, what have we got? We've got 2 doctors ready for, a doctor and a nurse ready for promotion. We've completed them. DNA lab request again. We're going to say no to all of that. And as we have stuff in here, what we'll do is we'll add some more items to boost the research power of this room. So the servers will give us 1%. The supercomputers will give us 2. So we'll do this to boost the research power within this space. And we can also actually upgrade the research terminals. And that'll give us a little bit more to play with. So I think that gives us an 8% boost. That'll be 9 and that'll be 10. So a 10% boost to our research isn't too bad. Can I also upgrade our research pod? I think we can. I could be wrong about that. Anyway, Timmy is working away on research for our face stamp. I think maybe it is time to just take that risk with the DNA lab. Maybe we need to. Because that'll give us the opportunity to get those upgrades put in place as well. So we'll do that, and we'll immediately upgrade the helixer. And we'll stick a few items down here just to decorate it and give our staff, our patients, somewhere to sit. So that upgrade is already underway. I will also add in some entertainment items. We've got to keep people happy here. There's plenty of food and drink around, so I'm not too bothered about that. But we do need to add in a few bits of reading material and entertainment-based stuff for our patients. There we go, that'll do. Okay, nice. Right, our machines are upgrading. We've got one over there. We're full up here, and that looks like a chromotherapy. Okay, we're going to send them home, and then we will put down our chromotherapy. Now, I think we've got one. Pretty sure I've got a blueprint. Yes, I have. Now, our chromotherapy can just go right in the middle here. We'll put it there, so that the seats that are on this side can service it as well, and then we can upgrade our colorizer. Now, I think chromotherapy requires a nurse. Now, do I have some treatment-trained nurses? I do have one. I've got another one there. So, this one, junior nurse, almost done. Right, okay, I think we can train up some nurses now. We've got a junior doctor, a junior nurse. Now, definitely have another nurse who can be trained. Maybe she doesn't have enough experience for a promotion. No, there we go, I can train you. Excellent. Right, okay. Oh yeah, that's right, okay. So I'll train both of this lot in treatment 2. We'll have a guest trainee come in and do it. There we go. Nice. Right. Cool. That's a promotion as well. Now we have a queue at the DNA lab. I want to make sure that it's just set for treatment. No diagnosis will be happening in the DNA lab, and that destroys the queue there. So, oh no, it doesn't. It really doesn't. Right, now, let's have a look at what staff we've got who can go and work in the DNA lab. We have Edward Poodle here, who's currently working in the GP's office. We're going to take him out and only have him work in that DNA lab.
So, if you see anyone carrying a poster full of letters around the town,
excellent. Right, okay. So, the DNA lab will bring us a few new issues. We are going to need to bring in a doctor. Ah, Warwick. We'll have Warwick Cardigan come in as another GP. That sounds like a good plan. And we are also going to have to... Okay, we'll take that on. What's going on with you? You need further diagnosis. We'll send you straight for treatment. So yeah, the DNA lab is obviously trying to diagnose this lot for their pest control issues. And because I don't have the staff to do that, we're not going to do it. We're on 11 of 15, this will be 12 and 13 of 15, and once we finally research the face stamp upgrades, we should be able to unlock the remaining researchers, and then it's just a case of getting our cure rate back up to above 80%. Now, I just need to check I've set this up correctly. Yeah, that's right. We've killed someone. Oh, fantastic. Amazing. See, this is why I didn't want to do it. This is why I didn't want to take on the DNA lab too early. I wanted to get a doctor trained up, have them work in every other treatment room to build up their experience and get them really fully trained and stuff, but it's not worked out. So we are going to have to be very, very careful moving forward with this. We've got an emergency there for our psychiatry patients. That's going pretty well, actually. We could do with another couple of cures there, though, to speed things along and make sure that we succeed in our ventures there. Somebody's going in for treatment now. Maybe we should add in another psychiatrist office. But yeah, we're looking pretty good. I would like another research train. Ah, Eve, come to save the day. Excellent. Right, let's just make sure we boost that up to extra staff, and Eve should go in and join, and we'll just set her up as a research doctor only. Now that will speed up our research progress, and once that's done, we can immediately start researching the next step and hopefully hit our final 2-star objectives. So face stamp is now upgraded. What I could do, really, if we're going to be really heaty about this, is I could sell a room now, rebuild it, and then we would be able to upgrade it, but I don't want to do that. Do I have any machines that require upgrading other than face stamp? I don't think I do. I think everything is in place. Ooh, we've got our heart racer that's quite stocked up here. Well, you know what time it is. This is a legitimate purchase. I'm not doing it to speed things up. We actually need it. So that is fortuitous. Pop that heart racer down there and immediately upgrade it. And obviously, as we move into the 3-star objectives, we will probably have to do a little bit more redevelopment just to get everything back to a nice, shiny new hospital. But pretty happy. We're about to hit our objective, and then we just need to get our cure rate back up. But it is consistently, there we go, we're back up to 80%. If we can get that upgrade done very quickly, we will have hit our 2-star objectives. And like I said before, I was talking about that slow progress. The work we put in getting towards our 1-star objective has really helped us move on to that 2-star objectives. Now, the one problem we will run into is if our 3-star objectives involve something like reputation. But what it's probably going to involve is a cure rate of 90%, I would imagine, and a hospital attractiveness of 90%. And then potentially we might get some alternative objectives to the ones that we currently have for our janitors and our machine upgrades. But it's, yeah, I'm really happy with how this one's gone. We can get that heart racer upgraded, which it's almost done. And there we have it, 2-star objectives done. We've unlocked the bottled ship. Excellent. Right, okay, so as expected, a cure rate of 90%, training 20 janitors, and sweeping up 150 bits of litter. This is going to be a long process. The fastest way to do this would probably be to remove all of the bins, and our janitors will get to work sweeping up litters, but we do need to train some. So let's have a look at what janitors we've got available. We'll see who's ready for promotion. Got a couple here. And now that we're pretty happy with our finances, we will just start promoting. And then we'll start immediately training these janitors. So, we do need to keep chipping away at our janitors and stuff, which shouldn't take us too long. We've got to train 20 of them. We've already done 4. I'm imagining the one that couldn't actually get to their training room has failed. So that's something we'll need to just be aware of. And they'll probably be ready for training again. But it's nice and calm, isn't it? 20 bits of litter have been swept up. 20 janitors to train. We've got 16 to go on that one. And our cure rate, we need to bring that up. We need to get 18 patients cured out of 20 in that pathway. But I think we'll be okay. What we need to make sure that we're doing is eventually we will specialise where our staff are going. We have a ward emergency, which we are going to attempt. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so yeah, we're going to get this training done. When it gets to the end of the year, we'll check on our awards. We got a 90% there. That was really, really good. That's very promising. So what I'm going to do is obviously, because what we're going to be doing is very much the same with everything. I am going to run to the end of this year, and we're going to jump ahead to the end of the next year and see how far we've got on, and we'll do a little bit of a sit rep. If I do happen to get very lucky and get all of this done in the next year, then you'll be back early. But as I'm not planning on developing anything, I'm just going to do some training. We've won Best Research Hospital there. Almost a clean sweep. No deaths we've avoided, but, you know, that's life. Right, I will see you at the end of the next year, and we'll see how we're getting on. All right, so we're coming up to the end of that year, and we have swept up our 150 bits of litter, pretty much. We've got 1 left to go. We didn't actually train any more janitors because none of them are ready for training, so that's not great. Our cure rate has fluctuated. It's gone up to 95% at its high. In fact, it was at 100% at one point, and it immediately dropped off. So we're doing very well. We are able to continue pushing this, but I think it might end up resulting in me just, you know, hiring 12 new janitors and training them all up in the most basic of things, and that would be an easy way to finish this one off. We do have 2 surgeries now, as you can see down here, and I've brought in a surgery-based doctor and put in a couple of nurses. Now, the nurses are a little bit different. I've been like playing around with what I think might be the best one and reading up on it, and it seems that surgeons' skill basically supersedes the nurse's skill, so it doesn't actually matter what your nurses have. So I decided to go with emotional intelligence, motivation, and stamina training, so that they're on breaks less and stuff like that. So I'll give that a go and see what that goes like. But yeah, it is very much reliant on your surgeon's skill above all else, so that is something to keep in mind if you are planning on doing that sort of thing. We've managed to train up our researchers, and we have also got our face stamp upgrade researched as well. You can see we're at 90% there, so if we'd had those janitors trained, we'd be fine. I'm going to set a research project to generate some kudos, just because it's always good to have. I want to unlock stuff very quickly. And looking at the trainees we have available, we've only got nurses, consultants and stuff. So I will have my doctors come in here and do some training. We'll have Tony Pomp train in the next level of general practice. I'll have a guest trainee come in and do it. Trainer come in and do it. And what else can we do? We'll have this senior nurse here train in the next diagnostics level. It's all very helpful, so that's good. We'll do that. Our GP's queues are starting to go a little bit insane. So what we're going to do is we're going to reset our prices and then put them all the way up to 100%. Because these GP's queues have come from people who prefer and are willing to pay for the cheaper treatments. So our chromotherapy, our surgery, and all of those that we've not adjusted the pricing of are now coming in and causing our GP's offices to throttle, and that is why our cure rate is starting to plummet. You can see it was at like right up in the high 80s, 85%, maybe 70%, but it's now starting to drop. That's not great, because we're pretty close to finishing off this level. And I don't want that to be the case. So it might well be that we, in lieu of just hiring more GPs and hoping that we can ride out the storm, we might just send the patients home and start over, build that cure rate up with a completely clear pathway. But I'm going to see how things go and see if we can solve this little backlog that's starting to build, and we'll just play it by ear. Let's have a look. Do we have any staff ready for promotion, or is it time to hire some more janitors? In fact, if I do happen to have a doctor here who's trained in general practice, which I don't, so we'll leave that. I would have hired one, but as we don't, we're just going to leave it. We've got 2 more janitors here that we can bring in. I think we're just gonna hold off. We're not far from the end, so we'll just leave it as it is. Staff are generally happy. We've got some good break rooms in now, and yeah, obviously not the greatest shapes in the world, but they offer something. I'm actually going to save this template here as well, just because it's a bit more of a easy to use one than the one that I've saved from there with that weird corridor. But yeah, 10 janitors now trained, which is good. We've got 10 to go. Staff challenge secure 20 patients. You can see here backlog's starting to get a little bit out of control, but again, I'm just going to leave it. We're going to see how we go. We've got 12 janitors trained now. Do we have another one ready for training? Ooh, yeah, we do. We do. We'll train you in maintenance, and we will have another janitor come in and do that training. It's all about experimenting, I think, with 2 Point Hospital. I'm not a min-maxer, so I'm never going to know. I like to specialise. Obviously, some people like to have jacks of all trades and stuff, and that's fine. But this works for me. Obviously, this doesn't work for me right now because the queues are getting a little bit out of control. They're really starting to build, and that is simply because of a very slight increase on our reputation. So maybe next time when I put these new rooms in, I will automatically adjust my prices so that I don't run into this problem further down the line. So deaths are starting to happen now, which is going to impact our curator. Level 4 cafe? No. Sorry, not happening. It might now be time to send some patients home. So I'm going to do that. We'll jump ahead a little bit and we'll do a soft reset on this hospital. And let the exodus begin. Off they go. Get out. We're very busy right now. We've got lots to do. Our curator's dropped down to 0%, but that gives us an opportunity with new patients coming in to solve all of that. We're already at 1 of 20, so 5%. We've got janitors training. We've got 1 training anyway. Can we get another training course on the go to bring in some more janitors in terms of getting them trained up and getting that last objective complete? We've got not a doctor, junior janitor there. We will train them in stamina training, and we'll just have a guest trainer come in and do it. That takes us up to 18. 1 more will need to be done, and then we should be safe. So I think we are going to do this now. We do have some issues with a ghost down here to solve, hopefully not causing too much of a problem for our staff. But yeah, I think we're pretty confident with this one now. I mean, I think this is the most money I've ever had in a hospital, to be honest, on in this game. So that's quite good to see. Like I said, I will never ever complain. I will never ever claim to be very good at this game. It's just a bit of fun for me and always has been. And it's nice to come back from time to time and play it and just chip away at this DLC. So I hope you're enjoying Pebberley Island. If you have played 2 Point Campus, I think Pebberley Ruins features in there, which is the archaeological level. And that's another janitor being promoted. And we'll train them immediately, which means we should just have 1 janitor left. And what we'll do is we'll bring in a... let's have maintenance. No, we'll have ghost capture. And we'll bring in a ghost capture trained janitor. Hopefully, we should have a janitor ready for training very soon. Let's just have a quick look. Absolutely, yeah, we've got one here who's just about done. And I think they're looking for work. We've got 1 here repairing the aircon unit, 1 watering plants. What I could have done actually to give the janitors a great opportunity to get some experience is put in a load of plants, which janitors would have to constantly water. But unfortunately, we can't do that right now. And I don't have time to do it, or the need to, because we currently have 2 here training, which will take us up to 19 of 20, and then it's just resetting our cure rate. Which means the next kind of 20 patients we get in, if we happen to cure them all, that's a 100% cure rate. And that'll be very good for us. Which, yeah, let's keep our fingers crossed for that. And if I can do that at the same time as training my final janitor, let's see if we've got someone available. Don't have anyone available right now. Well, that's okay. We'll just keep an eye on. So, what have we got? We've got 1 here who's looking for work. We've got, I mean, we could sack some janitors, which would open up the space and allow more janitors to actually do some training, but we've got quite a few here that are just not doing anything, and unfortunately the ones that aren't doing anything are the ones that are closest to getting a rank up in their experience. So, oh, I've picked someone up. Sorry. But I don't think there's going to be too long left of this. As long as this cure rate stabilizes, we will definitely get where we need to be. We're at the end of the year, so let's see what awards we've won. We definitely don't have a no death, but if we can get everything else, and again, yeah, almost a clean sweep. One of these days I'll regularly get no death. One of these days, maybe the last DLC, the last hospital and the last DLC, we'll push to try and get no deaths no matter what. That would be an interesting concept though, an interesting way to revisit and pack all of the knowledge that I have from 2 Point Hospital into one final throw of the dice to try and consistently get no deaths for a number of years and max out as many doctors and nurses and janitors and assistants as I can. But yeah, we're far off from that. And at the moment, because we don't have anyone in the hospital, we don't have anything to do, so our janitors are not going to get any training done. Unless I randomly hire one single janitor to do some training. Is this cheating? At this point, I'm not bothered. Let's train one more janitor in Ghost Capture and we'll have a random janitor do it. We'll get that done and then we will wait for our cures to tick up and finish off. Yeah, so next up is Overgrowth Hospital. I'm quite looking forward to that one. It's set in the depths of the jungle, I think. On the ruins of a former hospital, apparently. I think there used to be a hospital there, and you are tasked with going back and rejuvenating it, bringing it back to life, so to speak. But yeah, this has been a really nice little test. Again, I can't speak for how every other level in this DLC is going to be. Generally, they do tend to be a little bit lenient on you, and you get a bit of an easy ride in the first level, but who knows? It very quickly could have got out of hand earlier on, unless we'd sent everybody home. And I think that's key with 2 Point Hospital, knowing when to quit while you're ahead, before the queues get so bad, it's too difficult to recover from. We're at 85% on our cure rate. Hopefully it'll jump up to 90 very soon. We just need one more cure and then we're in a very good position. Where's our VIP patient? Here they are. Let's bump them up to the queue on the reception pod. They're already at the front. So as soon as we get them on their way to a GP's office, we'll stick them right up to number 1 in the queue. I'll hopefully push them through a little bit quicker and then they can get their treatment nice and quick. We've got another staff promotion to a junior janitor. Would you believe it? We've just finished training janitor number 20. And can we get one more cure done? Go on. No, we killed someone. Damn. Every time, it seems like every time I'm about to complete a level and I say, can we get one? Oh, there we go. We did it. Never mind. Just forget I said anything. We've unlocked prototype faces. I've already seen that though. I paid kudos for that and I've just been given it for free. Damn. That's very frustrating. Never mind. I'm sure I paid kudos for that. What a shame. Never mind. We've done it. Yeah, the prototype faces are already in here. So how... Well, we've done it. 3-star objectives have been complete. And next episode, we will move on to Overgrowth Hospital. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed coming back to 2 Point Hospital. Hopefully we'll have the next one out very soon for you. And I will see you next time.